What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Susan back with another video. Before we get into it, hit the red subscribe down there. Ring the notification bell for any future videos. All right, so today I went and saw 5 Feet Apart with Haley Lou Richardson, I believe, and Cole Sprouse. The plot line is they play 2 teenagers that are sick with cystic fibrosis. And of course, they fall in love, but they can't be together, well, physically, because with their disease, it would be bad if they were within 5 feet of each other, hence the title of the movie. And so we get to see them fall in love, but they can't be together. The odds are against them, you know, etc., etc., etc. But I did have some problems with this movie. Okay, so let's hit those points right now. Number 1, the chemistry between the lead actors. I didn't believe it. I'm sorry. Now, I'm going to be comparing this movie to The Fault in Our Stars because that is the most similar movie to 5 Feet Apart. Now, the chemistry between Haley Lou Richardson and Cole Sprouse, to me, it felt way more like a brother and sister vibe. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to say it. Especially when they first meet, he's annoying her. She wants to stay away from him. That was very sibling, brother and sister. Now, when you see Shailene Woodley and Ansel, I forget his last name, in The Fault in Our Stars, they had an instant connection, okay? As soon as they laid eyes on each other, you could see the chemistry bouncing, like radiating off the two of those actors. These two in 5 Feet Apart, not so much. So that's my first gripe with this movie. The second gripe that I have with this movie is, when did the love happen? Okay, because it never had like a nice evolution of the relationship from turning into a friendship, maybe into a romance. It went from like, I'm not fond of you, into I love you. And it just wasn't believable for me. I'm sorry. It seemed very rushed. And that's sounding very weird because the movie was almost 2 hours long. I actually thought this movie ran a little too long, and there could have been some scenes cut out of the movie that weren't necessary. I don't know why this movie was so long, and they really did not develop. There was only one like continued scene in the movie where they had like their first date, and they're walking around the hospital. And that's like the start of where you saw some chemistry and some romance. But other than that, I really didn't feel it at all. So that was a definite problem for me. Number 3 is that Haley Lou Richardson, who played, the lead female in the movie, she didn't want the surgery to get new lungs when that's what she's there for. That's what that's the reason she's in the hospital. She's waiting for a lung transplant. And towards the end of the movie, spoiler alert, sorry, spoiler, towards the end of the movie, the call comes in, a set of lungs that's going to fit her perfectly are on their way. She doesn't want them. That is why you're there, girl. That is why you are there in the hospital, because you are waiting for a lung transplant. Do you know how rare it is to find a perfect match for lungs? Okay, and when that happened, I was done. I was like, you know what? You are ungrateful. I really just had no words. I just really didn't. At that point, I was like, you're annoying me. Because you don't want the one thing that is going to make your life easier for the next 5 years. Now, I know this is based on a book of the same exact name, and I know that they have to, hit those plot points from that book. I did not read the book, so I don't know how it is in the book. But as far as the movie goes, didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. Now, the fourth complaint that I have with this movie is the very end. Again, spoiler alert for anyone watching this. If you have not seen 5 Feet Apart, spoiler. At the very end of the movie, she has the surgery. She gets the lung transplant. Now, she has tubes going down her throat. You know, she's, brand new set of lungs. I mean, she's very sensitive right now to everything, okay? At the very end of the movie, he winds up breaking up with her. Obviously, because it's in her best interest. They can't be together, so there's really no point of dragging this on. So he decides the best thing is to let her go, okay? But he does it right after she has the surgery. That would never happen in real life, okay? Because after you have a major surgery like that, you need to be calm. You need to be in isolation. Now, he wasn't in the room with her. He was outside the window talking to her on, cell phone. But she was crying and hyperventilating pretty much. And with the surgery that she just had, there is no way that scene is believable. That would never happen in real life. So I am sorry. That is something that just that sealed the deal for me with this movie, that it is not my thing, okay? Like, I don't know if it's because I'm older now and I am more knowledgeable of these things. This movie is definitely marketed towards the tween and teen market. 18 and younger, this movie is definitely for you. You will fall in love with these two, probably. But I'm sorry, The Fault in Our Stars is the way better movie out of these two with the comparison. So like I said before, I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. It was just one of those meh movies for me. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, so have a wonderful night. Don't forget to click the red subscribe before you leave the page. All right, have a good night, guys. Bye-bye.